Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. You're watching EmoNews, every moment online. In the headlines, new executive of the Dominica Calypso Association announced. Dominica Bar Association calls for consultation on implementation of extended court hours. West Indies announced squad for Bangladesh tour. US strikes another vessel off Venezuela coast, killing 6. And former Kenyan Prime Minister Raila Odinga dies at 80.
World Prayer Music Festival, are you ready?
Dominica, I love you guys. I love you guys. Give me show. Sing for me. She want that she take that she get like she like that she want it. Let's go!
And welcome back, everyone. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is a news broadcast for the 15th of October 2025. Kicking things off this evening, the newly elected members of the Dominica Calypso Association, DCA, met on Tuesday, October 14, 2025, to select positions within the new executive. The executive is as follows: President Gregory Caressa Riviere, Vice President Fitzroy Bingo Leon, Secretary Rena Mystery Prosper, Treasurer Joey Explosion Lloyd, Assistant Secretary Treasurer Royet Laura, Public Relations Officer PRO Peter Letang. Congratulations to all. And making local news this evening, Lindomart Supermarket in Goodwill has expanded to provide customers with a better and more convenient shopping experience. The newly upgraded space offers more room, improved layout, and a wider variety of products, all designed to make shopping easier and more enjoyable for customers. Let's take a look at the new and improved Lindomart Supermarket.
So we're gonna take you through a little walkthrough that you can see some of what we have in store for you. For sure, today we're going to be giving out some of our reusable shopping bags. We want to encourage you to come and shop with your bags. Now, we are still within the existing section. Some of you all will be familiar with the snacks area, right? Those of you who love your munchies, right? As you can see, this is packed up even more. So, snack section for now remains. There might be some more changes later down, but for now, your snack section, you come to your same section. Let's just give them an overview of entering into the new section. Yes. So as you can see, there is a totally new section at the back here, and this is our deli. That's right, Lindomart now has a deli. It's our opening day, and we are so happy for you, the support that you have given us over the past almost 17 years. Can you imagine that, right? And lots more to come from Lindomart. I know you've been waiting for this for so long. And guess what? The long-awaited discount cards is coming.
The Dominica Bar Association calls for consultation on implementation of extended court hours. The Dominica Bar Association acknowledges the Ministry of Legal Affairs' recent directive introducing magistrates' court sittings from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays effective 8th September 2025. We note the ministry's stated objectives of improving access to justice and reducing case backlogs, objectives which are both commendable and necessary. At the same time, the association has serious concerns about the impact of this initiative on court users and practitioners. Extended evening hours may create significant challenges for a number of groups, including
rural residents, for whom returning home late at night may pose safety, cost, and transportation difficulties. We all know that buses do not run late at night normally. We have already received complaints from such persons about being unable to get a bus home after night court. Other groups include women and parents or guardians with caregiving responsibilities who may be unable to participate fully in hearings scheduled during evening hours. Further, requesting or requiring parents and guardians to be away from their children at a critical time in the evening and after a full day of work may prove to be an unnecessary strain at the home. Accused persons held in custody. These persons may face extended periods of detention during the day while awaiting night hearings. Vulnerable individuals, such as the elderly and persons with disabilities, for whom late night hearings may be particularly burdensome. Again, we have already received complaints from some elderly litigants about the inconvenience of night court given their limited mobility. Legal practitioners and support staff are, of course, another group affected. Our ability to provide services at extended hours may be impossible due to family and other work obligations. Employers whose employees are required to attend court on their behalf. This is necessitating overtime payment to such employees for attending court beyond regular hours of work.
The Dominica Bar Association therefore calls for the suspension of the current implementation plan pending full consultation with the association and other key stakeholders. All of the above concerns have formally communicated by the association to the Ministry of National Security and Legal Affairs. The association looks forward to engaging in constructive dialogue with the ministry on this important matter. The Worshippers on the Frontline Committee, WOTFC, recently held a donation ceremony where President Richie Farrell presented a check to the President's charity. Despite challenges, the organization successfully hosted Worshippers on the Frontline, Volume 3, the Independence Edition, a worship concert held last month, from which $10,000 was raised and donated to support charitable causes.
This day, October 15th, 2025, is not only my birthday. I get all of that. But it is also a momentous occasion to give praise to Christ for his goodness to us as a committee, but also as individuals, as there is much to thank God for as we celebrate 47 years as a nation this independence season. Today, we gather to follow through with a promise that the Worshippers on the Frontline Committee, WOTFC, made to the President's Charity Foundation and to the people of Dominica by extension. Following the staging of our third edition of the Worshippers on the Frontline event, despite the challenges that arose on the day of the event, we were in fact successful in meeting our objectives as an events committee. Firstly, the event saw the representation of various Christ-based churches unite under the biblical principles of worship unto Jesus Christ, our Savior, the raising of funds to assist a charity-based organization, enhancing the concept of cooperation and conflict resolution among members of Dominican society, through the expression of Christ-based principles in song, and the fellowship of believers across denominational boundaries. We present the President's Charity Foundation with an EC $1,000 donation, as we believe in the work of the President of Dominica and her team in supporting some of the charity-based organizations on our island. The Worshippers on the Frontline Committee, under my leadership as president, is a partner in nation building with the government and the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Acting President, Her Excellency Joseph Matthew, shared brief remarks thanking the group for the donation.
I am happy that you have made the President's Charities Foundation a part of your proceedings. So on behalf of Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton and the President's Charity Foundation, I express profound gratitude for your donation to the President's Charities Foundation. I have grown to love this foundation, the work that they do, because as I listen to the news and I hear the different activities that they are involved in, I tell myself, you know, we need this in Dominica. We need to care for each other. And that is what I believe the foundation does. And you, by extension, making your donation, you are showing that you too care about our less privileged, our less fortunate, and we are very grateful to you for that. We commend you for that. We thank you for your kind donation because we know it wasn't easy. I mean, it was a kind of quiet night. The weather wasn't the best. There were other activities. You experienced your challenges, but you had something. And I thought that was so, it showed a lot of determination on the part of the group. And again, I commend you for it. I must say that this donation, and I promise that I would not say will go a long way, but I promise that this donation will generally help us in discharging in our charitable mandate. And our mandate is big, but by God's help, we are getting there.
On October 14, 2025, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, met with President Xi Jinping at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. The meeting formed part of President Burton's visit to China for the Global Leaders Meeting on Women. She also had discussions with Wang Henin, Chairman of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, CPPCC, First Lady Peng Luweng, UN Under-Secretary General, and UN Women Executive Director Sima Bahous. Mr. Burton and other spouses of world leaders attended an exhibition promoting digital and intelligent empowerment for women and girls, emphasizing innovation, inclusion, and collaboration for gender equality. And voter confirmation in Dominica officially began today, October 15, 2025. Confirmation will take place at designated centers in every constituency across the island. Some constituencies may have multiple centers. However, please note, confirmation will not take place overseas. The Electoral Office has announced that persons with disabilities will not need to visit confirmation centers in person. Instead, enrollment officers will visit their homes with a mobile registration kit, ensuring that individuals with mobility or health challenges can complete the process with ease and dignity. To be confirmed, Dominican citizens must present one of the following documents: a valid Dominica passport, driver's license, or social security card. In addition, they must be accompanied by someone already registered to vote in the same polling district, who will act as a witness. With that said, EmoNews encourages everyone to go out and register. No one is left behind.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Get ready.
Get ready to be confirmed.
Voter confirmation for the Commonwealth of Dominica officially begins on October 15th, 2025.
Voter confirmation is a process by which an elector whose name was on the voters list as of May 2025
gets his or her name onto the new voters list, compiled in accordance with the new Registration of Electors Act 2025.
So, get ready.
Get ready.
Get ready
To confirm your status as an elector.
For more information and to stay up to date with the process, contact the Electoral Office of Dominica via our social media platforms, website, or the confirmation hotline at 767-617-9595.
And finally, in local news, exciting news for Dominica's tourism industry. The 2025-2026 cruise season has officially set sail, and it's shaping up to be the island's biggest yet. The MV Grand Princess arrived at the Woodbridge Bay port today, kicking off the season with plenty of color, culture, and celebration. This year, Dominica is preparing to welcome more than 475,000 cruise passengers, with 274 scheduled cruise calls, and also 13 inaugural visits from major international cruise lines, a remarkable 38% increase over last season. With strong growth and global attention, Dominica is ready to roll out the red carpet and make this cruise season truly unforgettable. And as a part of the St. Mary's Academy class of 1974 and 75 50th reunion, the organizing committee and UE Global Campus, Dominica hosted a national educational forum at the UE campus, themed The Future of Education in Dominica. The forum featured educators and professionals, including Dr. Francis Severin, Dr. Swinburne Augustine, Dr. Rosaline Larocque, Dr. Edmond Tavernier, and Michael Williams, with Michael Augustine as moderator. Discussions focused on curriculum reform, teacher development, and preparing students for a global economy. The event was free and open to the public and formed part of a week-long celebration from October 11 to 19, marking SMA's 50 years, including a special school assembly, sporting gear handover, bouillon night, media conference, and the SMA Old Boys concert. Proceeds support restoration of the Egbert Germain wing. And now for regional news. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development of Grenada has confirmed receiving a request from the United States government to temporarily install radar equipment and technical personnel at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. The Ministries of National Security, Legal Affairs, and Foreign Affairs are jointly reviewing the proposal with Grenada Airports Authority and other relevant agencies. The government emphasized that the request is still under assessment and no decision has been made. It assured citizens that any action taken will prioritize Grenada's sovereignty, national security, and public safety, as well as the protection of the tourism sector and the nation's economic interests. Also in regional news, Antigua and Barbuda is moving to tighten its citizenship by investment program with new legislation reviewed by a parliamentary committee on Tuesday. Chaired by Prime Minister Gaston Brown, the session outlined key reforms, including an increased residency requirement, raising it from 5 to 30 days over 5 years, and also mandatory biometric data collection for all applicants. The changes aim to align the program with international standards set by the US, Canada, the UK, and the EU, following months of regional consultation. Additional measures include mandatory interviews, enhanced due diligence, and closer coordination with OECS partners. Prime Minister Brown is urging all 5 participating countries to implement the reforms by November 1. The bill is expected to clear Parliament and move to the Senate next week. And now for international news. The US carried out another strike off Venezuela's coast on Tuesday, killing 6 people. President Donald Trump confirmed on Truth Social. He said the targeted vessel belonged to narco-terrorists involved in drug trafficking. This marks the 5th such strike since September, with 27 deaths reported overall. The US has yet to release evidence or identify those killed. Venezuela and Colombia have condemned the attacks, and legal experts argue they breach international law. Trump claimed the operation was based on intelligence linking the boat to drug cartels. Aerial footage posted online showed a missile destroying the vessel. The strike followed reports that the U.S. considered itself in a non-international armed conflict, with cartels allowing expanded military powers. Analysts believe the campaign also aims to pressure Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, who faces U.S. drug trafficking charges and a $50 million bounty. And also in international news, former Kenyan Prime Minister Raila Odinga has died at the age of 80 while receiving medical treatment in India. He collapsed during a morning walk and was declared dead after suffering a cardiac arrest. President William Ruto described Odinga as a beacon of courage and father of our democracy, declaring a 7-day mourning period and a state funeral with full honors. World leaders, including India's Narendra Modi and South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa, also paid tribute. A towering figure in Kenyan politics, Odinga ran for president 5 times, often challenging disputed election results. He served as prime minister following a 2007 election crisis and was a key advocate for democracy and human rights. Known affectionately as Baba, Odinga inspired a loyal following, particularly in Western Kenya. Odinga's death marks the loss of a major political strategist, mass mobilizer, and symbol of Kenya's democratic struggle. His supporters have begun mourning in his political strongholds, while arrangements are underway to repatriate his body from India. And that's a wrap for international news. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this short break.
5 chances, 2 draws a week. Endless excitement. This is not just a game, it's your game. Match 5.
And welcome to the sports segment. Jamaica cruised to a 4-0 victory over Bermuda in the CONCACAF qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA World Cup on Tuesday at Kingston's National Stadium. An own goal by Bermuda's Dante Lavarock in the 24th minute put the Reggae Boys ahead, following strikes from Bobby de Cordova-Reid, Shama Nicholson and Dejon Richards. The win lifts Jamaica to the top of Group B with 9 points and eliminates Bermuda from contention. Jamaica next faces Trinidad and Tobago on November 13, while Bermuda hosts Curaçao. And Cricket West Indies has named squads for the 3 ODIs and 3 T20 internationals against Bangladesh from October 18 to 31 in Dhaka and Chattogram. Following a home series win over Pakistan, the tour serves as a preparation for the 2027 ICC Men's World Cup, with much of the previous squad retained. Akeem Auguste earns his maiden ODI call-up, replacing the injured Evan Lewis. Kari Pierre returns to the shorter formats, while Alec Antanas rejoins the squad led by Shea Hope. Also, head coach Darren Sammy said the tour offers a chance to build team cohesion, maintain a winning mentality, and develop emerging talent, highlighting Auguste as an example of Cricket West Indies' pathway from youth to senior level. And that's all for the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service after this message.
People come well just for the cultural gala, yes. Time to show our cultural heritage as we face one another era of culture, yes. We could demonstrate our your taste. Dress up in your work yet, dress up in your cassette, telling Kotokoitori. People say, oh gosh, who are we? When we say Tintin Basek, that means we give full respect to our cultural heritage, regardless of color, creed, or age. Hey, night. Epa. Look at Batabula to Boma. champelu. Look up at Tabula Lumona.
Hello, good day, and welcome to our weather broadcast for today, Wednesday, October 15th. I am your presenter, Annie Corrette Joseph. Let's begin with the tropical weather outlook, and currently the National Hurricane Center is monitoring Tropical Storm Lorenzo, located in the central Atlantic. Lorenzo is currently moving towards the north and does not pose any threat to the Lesser Antilles. Let's take a look at the satellite imagery, and we can see the cloudiness associated with Lorenzo as it continues to move towards the north. Out in the eastern Atlantic, there are two tropical waves moving towards the west, currently being monitored. As we move to the Lesser Antilles, we continue to see some cloudiness and some blow-ups of clouds, and this is as a result of a trough system which is lingering across the Lesser Antilles. Let's zoom in on Dominica, and during the early morning, we saw some blow-ups of clouds along the southeast and east of Dominica, while the rest of the islands barely had any clouds during the morning. Radar imagery indicated some showers across the southeast and eastern parts of the island, while the other parts of the island, there was no shower indication. Conditions for tonight: partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers. We expect to see an increase in shower activity, which could be moderate to heavy at times into the wee hours of the morning. Temperatures expected to drop to about 24 degrees Celsius on the west, 23 on the east, and down to about 21 in the elevated interior. Winds generally out of the south, peaking to near 20 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow, Thursday, this trough system is expected to maintain some instability across the area, and as a result, partly cloudy skies with scattered showers. Some of the showers could be moderate to heavy at times with some thunderstorm activity. As we move into Friday, some lingering moisture from this trough is expected. Partly cloudy skies with some showers, and there's a chance for some possible isolated thunderstorm. As we move into Saturday, an improvement in conditions, fair to partly cloudy skies with a few showers. Temperatures to peak near 30 degrees Celsius tomorrow, Thursday, 32 on Friday, and up to 33 on Saturday. Nights to cool to near 24 degrees Celsius throughout the next 3 days. Winds tomorrow, Thursday, out of the south, peaking to near 25 kilometers per hour. On Friday, a slight shift to south-southeasterly, and on to easterly on Saturday, peaking to near 25 kilometers per hour. Marine conditions: slight to moderate seas, with waves peaking up to 5 feet along the east coast throughout the next 3 days, and up to about 3 feet along the west. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:57 a.m. and set at 5:44 p.m. Tomorrow's high tides will be at 12:29 a.m. and 1:35 p.m., while the low tides will be at 7:18 a.m. and 7:04 p.m. For up-to-date information, you can scan this QR code and follow our WhatsApp channel, or you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Dominica Met, and also our website at weather.gov.dm. Thank you for viewing, and join us next time for your next weather broadcast. Good day.
And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for the 15th of October 2025. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and on behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This has been EmoNews, every moment online. Good night.